Awesome. Cool. Well, today we are kind of bringing it back to the basics and thinking about the original intention of this class was to, and remains, is to get out of our heads and into our bodies. And sometimes I'm the worst at following that advice. I love to send you a robust weekly email with lots of reflections for us to chew on and digest throughout the week. But truly, and I don't know if maybe you're feeling this way too, but I just like don't have it in me this week and kind of this month to overanalyze or even kind of analyze, period. Um, it's a busy season, I know, for many folks. This end of school year into summer, sometimes this can be a busy um, year-end closeout at work. There's a lot of energy swirling around. Of course, Mother's Day is conveniently thrown in the middle of this mix. And so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about you, but for me, my brain has um, my brain has appreciated any and all rest that I can offer. So, today we're going to do just that and let our movement speak for itself. You won't need anything in particular for class today, but we are sealing our practice with legs up the wall. So if you want to already consider the blank space in your room, that would work well for that. Or I'm going to do legs up the couch. You could bring your legs over a couch or a chair or your bed. Um, I do like a blanket or a bolster underneath my low back in this shape some days. So if you want to grab something soft and cushy for later, you could. But we will start today in a comfortable seat, and I will meet you there on the mat. And this comfortable seat could look any way. It will probably look different for all of us. And, don't make any assumptions about where you're going to start today. Maybe you come to a crisscross seated shape, sitting up on a block or a bolster. Maybe you decide to lie flat on your back. Maybe you come to a chair or your couch supporting your spine. Um, Let yourself really listen and respond to what would serve you at the top of our practice. And then once you arrive there, like wiggle into it, shake the day off a little bit. Maybe even let some like horsey lips out just to kind of let the day go. I like to call this kind of washing, energetically washing the day away. So allow yourself to fix and fidget, eventually finding your way to stillness. And once you have found a place where in this moment you can be still, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze, shorten your gaze, maybe peering softly down past your nose. And before we let our bodies get swept away by mindful movement, we will begin with the breath. Eventually, here at the top of our practice, we will practice an extended exhale. And as you begin to draw your attention to your breath, you might start to lengthen your exhale here all on your own. But for the most part, right here, right now, simply notice your breath and let it be whatever it wants to be. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In and out of the nose. A sigh. A short, shallow breath that lets the chest rise. Oh, there's no right way to breathe right now, or ever. Just pay attention. And if your mind starts to wander or your body wants to wiggle, choose to take a deep breath instead. I gave this same advice to a wiggly bunch of 5 and 6-year-olds today. If they can do it, we can do it. Slowing down. And slowly, let's point our attention to a more purposeful breath. We're going to start by breathing into a count of 4 and out to a count of 5. So take a really full breath that's just for you right now, and inhale and an exhale. And at the bottom of that exhale, let's breathe in together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. You can let that fall away. We're going to increase that ratio just a bit, inhaling now for 4 and exhaling out for 6. So you know in your body now what it feels like to exhale a little bit longer than that inhale. We'll extend it just a bit. Once again, at the bottom of your next exhale, let's breathe in together for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let that go. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Last round here. We're extending our exhale all the way to 8 now. We're skipping 7 entirely. Breathing in for 4 and out for 8. So breathe it in and out. And together we'll breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous, big, buoyant breath in and out, finding your own rhythm again. Letting the control of the breath fall away. And if you're not there already, make your way to a crisscross seat, coming to sit up nice and tall. The eyes can stay closed or the gaze soft as you gently bow your chin to your chest and let your head hang heavy here. Maybe even if it feels good tonight, rounding through the shoulders a bit here, just letting it go. Imagining all this weight of the head just releasing, stretching through the back of the neck and the shoulders, almost as if the day is just tumbling out through the tip top of your head and it is blowing away in the breeze. And then sit up a little bit taller, keep the chin tucked, but square the shoulders. And we'll rock the ear over the right shoulder, right ear over right shoulder. And it doesn't have to hover exactly over top there. Stop anywhere along the journey that feels like the right stretch for you on the left side of the neck. And you have options here. You could layer on a few shapes here to deepen this stretch, maybe lengthening the left arm out long, reaching the fingertips down toward the earth, maybe squeezing the fist, and maybe you sweep that right arm up and over, let it rest on the side of the skull. And if you make either of these choices and decide that they ultimately don't feel good, you can always change your mind. Your breath is non-negotiable, though. Keep your breath slow, steady, sweeping. On an exhale, release the hands if you added on those layers and slowly roll the chin back to center. You might just rock the chin gently side to side, kind of working it out, feeling the crunchy parts. And then eventually rock the chin over toward the left. The left ear hovers over the shoulder. And you have those same options on this side. You might sweep that left arm up and over, let it rest on the side of the skull. You might extend the right arm long out by your side, maybe squeezing gently the right fingers into a fist. Make whatever choices here that feel good in your body. And remember that our neck loves it when we breathe. Our whole body does, but you might find that this stretch simply deepens just as you deepen your breath. And when you're ready, exhale, release the right hand to the lap, but bring your left hand to your cheek and let your head really hang heavy here in your hand, smushing your cheek and your lips, really just letting the head hang heavy here. And then when you're ready, pushing softly through that left palm, bring your head back up to center, guiding your head all the way back to float on top of your spine. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can blink the eyes open. We'll bring the left fingertips down toward the earth and sweep the right arm up and over. A nice side body stretch here. You might wiggle the fingers or roll through that wrist. You can be on fingertips here or down on the left palm. You could try taking your gaze down or perhaps up toward the sky. Or maybe you find some stillness here in this shape. opening up, spiraling the chest up toward the sky or forward. Big breath in here, and on your exhale, we'll come all the way up and over, switch sides. Left fingertips reach up, right palm or fingertips come down to the earth. And you can play here on this side too, wiggling the fingers, rolling through the wrist, taking the gaze up or down, and opening up through the chest, spiraling the rib cage, those right ribs under the left. The chest opens up here. And on your next exhale, bring both arms up toward the sky, reach up high, gaze up. And on your next exhale, bend the elbows, find cactus arms, take your gaze forward. Gorgeous. If it feels good, stay right here. Or perhaps you send the elbows back, the backs of the palms, like you're pushing them into an imaginary wall, and squeeze the shoulder blades together, back and down. Big breath in here. And exhale, release. Mountain pose arms here in this seated shape. The palms face forward and the fingers are spread really wide. Then we'll curl the fingers into soft fists here. And then release, shake out the wrists, shake out the hands. Beautiful. When you're ready, nice sweeping breath up as you reach the fingertips up toward the sky. And on this exhale, soft twist to the left. No need to push or crank here. You can just gently move into this twist by bringing the right hand to the left knee or the top of the left thigh. And that left hand comes behind you wherever it falls comfortably, maybe on the hip or behind the glutes. Your gaze is soft toward the left. And as you breathe in this twist, as you inhale, imagine the spine lengthening up toward the sky. And as you exhale, imagine just softening into the twist. Not like every exhale is an opportunity to like crank or wring it out. Instead, your exhale allows you to sort of relax into the twist. Lengthening and then softening. On your next exhale, bring it back to center. Wiggle the shoulders out here in between. And when you're ready, inhale those arms way up high once again, and then exhale, soft, gentle twist to the other side, over to the right now. Left palm comes to the knee or to the top of the thigh, and your right hand just relaxes down behind you, maybe outside the hip or behind your seat. Staying up on fingertips or down on the palm on that right hand. And again, remember, as we inhale, we feel that length all the way from our seat through the top of our head. And as we exhale, we just soften, thinking less about twisting and more about releasing into this shape that we've already created. Gorgeous. On an inhale, come back to center. Ooh. Switch which leg is in front. So switch the cross of your legs. That's the word I'm looking for. And then we're just going to come up and over, bring the fingertips out in front and walk the fingertips forward. Just find some length in the back of the neck and or in the back of the low back. You can bring the palms to the earth and push back, almost like think downward facing dog. As you push through the palms and gently curl the chin in toward the chest. This should feel good after the side body stretch and the twists. And on the exhale, walk your hands back toward your legs. Sit up nice and tall. We'll swing the legs to one side and come through to tabletop pose. Coming to hands and knees, you can move props aside, bolsters, blocks, blankets that you used here at the top of your practice, keeping them close maybe for our final restorative posture. But coming here to hands and knees, fingers spread wide, maybe claw through those fingertips to take a little weight, a little pressure out of the wrists, and really push down through the tops of the feet. Or maybe tonight, tuck your toes under and push into all of your toes. When you're ready to move, find your cat-cow, dipping your belly down toward the earth as you inhale and gaze forward. And then exhale, round through the spine. You can start slow here. This movement does not have to be big, grand, overextended. Keep it soft, keep it fluid. Noticing what feels good today. These are nice shapes to really check back in with the breath. Maybe you sort of left your breath behind here as we were twisting or transitioning. Use this as a moment to recommit to that inhale and that exhale. And then eventually your body might already start doing this all on its own, but consider this your invitation to move in a way that feels good here. I like to say this is us coloring outside the lines, finding some movement on all fours that feels nice in your body, circling the hips, rolling through the rib cage, any movement here that massages the body, lengthens the spine, whatever feels good. Eventually, and there's no rush to find a end to your yoga dance, but eventually we're going to meet in extended child's pose. Big toes come together, knees spread wide. Send the hips back and reach the fingertips forward before you soften the forearms and the forehead down toward the earth. Another beautiful shape to catch your breath, to really pay attention to your inhale and your exhale. On your next inhale, lift your gaze toward the fingertips and walk the hands all the way over to the left side of the yoga mat. Right hand stays on the mat, left hand fans off onto the earth, and we send it back. Side body stretch here on the right. Funky little stretch in the shoulder. Inhale, rise up and walk it all the way to the other side. Left palm stays on the mat, right palm comes off onto the ground, push back, release back here into this funky child's pose. And on an inhale, once again, lift back up. This time, come to center. Send it back once more at center. Big breath in here, fill the belly with air. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. On your next inhale, push through the palms, lift the gaze, and walk the hands back to the knees. The big toes can stay together, the knees can stay wide as we reach the fingertips up toward the sky. And on an exhale, soft twist to the left. This time we're going to bring that left hand and sweep it around the low back, and the right hand just comes to the side here, the side waist or the rib cage. Sort of like, I don't know, looks like maybe we're doing like a tango or some sort of dance with our arms. A soft twist here. Then inhale, come back to center, sweep the arms up high. Then exhale, twist to the right. So that right hand comes behind the low back, left palm reaches across the chest and to the rib cage, to the side body here. And exhale, come back to center. This time to shake it off, we're gonna bring our fingertips to our shoulders. The elbows are heavy, and we're just gonna swing the elbows forward and back. Get a little rotation here in the spine. You might even take some sharp exhales out. And when that feels complete in your body, slow it down, come back to center. And you can bring those knees or the heels underneath the seat, the knees facing forward. As you walk the palms forward, come back into tabletop pose. Then walk your knees back just a bit, tuck your toes under, and we're going to send the hips high up and back. Find downward facing dog. Our very first downward facing dog of this practice, maybe your very first downward facing dog of today. Maybe your last two. We're not going to move through a lot of vinyasa this evening. We're going to find some nice standing postures. But we'll build our base here from the ground up, pedaling the feet out, feeling this shape out. Eventually finding stillness in our down dog, hugging the biceps in toward the ears, softening through the knees so that the sits bones can reach up high. And let it go here, sigh it out. Gorgeous. On your next inhale, gaze forward and make your way to the top of the mat. Maybe little tiptoes or a crisscross walk, a hop, a skip, a jump, whatever feels good for you today. Make your way to forward fold. Stay soft through the knees and let your hands hang heavy here. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows or reaching the fingers toward the earth in a way that feels good. One more breath in and out here. And then on your inhale, bend the knees and roll up the spine. Nice and slow. Stacking the bones, hugging the muscles onto that infrastructure and rising up nice and tall, mountain pose. Fingers spread wide, palms facing forward. You're rooted down through all four corners of your feet here. We'll inhale, reach the fingertips, sweep the fingertips up, palms kiss overhead, hands come down to the heart. We'll find that twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round. Gorgeous. This time we bring the hands down to come up, reach up, palms tap overhead, and exhale, we open up to the left. The left fingertips reach back, the right fingertips reach forward. The hips stay relatively square, the feet stay rooted here, and you take your gaze forward. Now, on that front hand, the thumb is going to reach up toward the sky, but flip the thumb the other way on your left hand. That thumb reaches down, a funky rotation here on the shoulder. On your next exhale, drop the left hand to meet the right, reach up high. And exhale, open up to the right now. Left fingertips reach forward, right fingertips reach back. Again, the hips are not exactly square. The chest is open to the right. The gaze is forward. This time we'll flip the right fingertips down. So that front thumb stays up toward the sky, back thumb reaches down. Gorgeous. Then drop those right fingertips down and up to meet the left. Reach up, big, buoyant breath, and then exhale, dive forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Gorgeous. Inhale, plant the palms, send the right toes back, followed by the left. Find a plank or half plank here, you choose. Drop those hips down and up. Then on an exhale, everyone will drop the knees, the belly, the chest, and the chin. Push into a soft cobra. On your next inhale, lift up gentle. And exhale, release. Nice. Let's inhale through tabletop pose. And exhale back into down dog. This time we'll root down through the left heel, sweep the right leg high up and back. Bend that right knee and stack it over the left. Ooh, nice. Maybe stir the air with that right knee. Square the shoulders best you can. And then on your exhale, lengthen through those right toes. Hug the right knee in towards center and hop that right foot up in between the hands. Before we rise up, pivot on that back foot and then cartwheel the arms up and open all the way to warrior two. So those right fingertips reach forward, left fingertips reach back. Gaze over those front fingertips. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Gorgeous. Then we'll send the left fingertips back, right fingertips up toward the sky. Then on an exhale, cartwheel forward, finding a side angle pose here. Dropping the elbow to the top of the thigh and reaching the left fingertips up and overhead, the bicep hovering just over the ear. You could stay right here, or you can reach those left fingertips up toward the sky. And maybe, just maybe, open up, reach those right fingertips down toward the earth. A block is beautiful here to bring the earth up to you, or maybe you're just letting the fingertips hover, or maybe you keep the elbow bent, stack it right on top of that thigh. Wherever you are, strong and steady through that foot, gaze forward or up at the sky. Then on an exhale, straighten that front leg, come back through warrior two arms. Take the left fingertips back, right fingertips up, reverse triangle. Then exhale, come back through the arms, find warrior two, but the front leg stays straight. We reach that right finger, those right fingertips forward, all the way until we can't reach no more. And then we tip over, coming into triangle. Gorgeous. Push that leg into the back of the arm and your arm into the leg. Gaze lowered or lifted, left fingertips reaching up toward the sky. Beautiful. Bend that front knee. One more warrior two here. Gorgeous. Then bring that left arm forward to meet the right. Pivot on those back toes. Find a high lunge here. And then exhale, frame that front foot. Plant the palms. And when you're ready, send that right foot back to downward facing dog. You could pause here for 3 breaths in down dog. You could find child's pose. Or maybe you cruise through a vinyasa. You choose. How will you reset? All of us eventually meeting back in down dog. When you arrive there, root down through the right heel, lift the left leg high up and back. We'll find the other side, and then we're coming back down to the earth. Bend that left knee, stack the left hip. Feels good. Maybe you roll through that hip by circling that left knee, stirring the air beside you. When you're ready, lengthen through that left leg and then hug that left knee in towards center. Ooh, pop it up in front. Then we'll pivot on that back foot before rising up, root down through the feet and cartwheel the hands coming up into warrior two on the other side. Beautiful, deep bend in that front knee, arms out wide. Gaze over those front fingers as you tip the right fingertips back, reach the left fingertips up toward the sky. On your exhale, bend that front elbow, bring it to the top of the thigh, and reach the fingertips up and over the right bicep, over the ear. And you have the same options on this side. Maybe you reach the fingertips up toward the sky and those left fingertips down toward the earth. Maybe you keep that left elbow bent. Gorgeous shape here. Then on your next inhale, we straighten through that front leg. Come through warrior two arms. Take the left fingertips once again up toward the sky. Right fingertips back, reverse triangle. Then open back up wide. Warrior two arms, front leg still straight. As you reach those left fingertips forward and then tip forward, find your triangle. So strong. Bend that front knee, come back through warrior two. Then drop those right fingertips forward to meet the left. Pivot on that back foot and dive forward. Frame that front foot. Plant the palms, lift that left foot, bring it back to down dog. And once again, yogi's choice. 3 breaths here in down dog, 3 breaths in child's pose, or take a vinyasa. This time, we will all meet on the earth in child's pose. Gorgeous. When you're ready, on an inhale, lift the gaze, gaze forward, shift forward. We're going to come into a 90-90 shape. So you're going to scoot your left leg forward, sit back, or sorry, right leg forward, sit back on that right heel, and then keep your left knee bent. So we're making, I'll turn this way so you can see, we are making sort of a zigzag shape with the legs. And you could stay here. This might be the hip stretch, the hip opening that you need. Maybe sitting up nice and tall and rooting down through the sits bones and the knees. Maybe coming up and over the legs, draping your belly, your body over that front leg. Maybe instead you find pigeon. So moving from that 90-90, coming up and over and sliding that left leg back. Maybe you shimmy those right toes forward, bringing that shin parallel-ish to the front of the mat. If that right hip is lifted like mine is, you are not alone. But make sure you're not dumping all of your weight into that right side. Stay lifted, keep the hips square. And wherever you are, maybe you soften forward and allow this hip opening to unfold. When you're ready to come out of this shape, use your hands to push yourself back up here. Drop onto that right hip. Swing the left leg forward. Come to a crisscross seat for a moment here. Reset. Bring the hands to the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe close the eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now keep the left leg forward. Blink the eyes open. Send the right leg back now. Finding that 90-90 shape here, that zigzag shape in the legs on the other side. And this might be right where you stay. Hands resting here on the tops of the thighs, really feeling that internal rotation on the right side. Maybe you come up and over, draping the belly over that front leg. If that feels good, maybe you take it into pigeon, sending the right leg back, shifting onto that left calf. Maybe wiggling the left foot forward so that shin becomes parallel or not. Mine is very far from parallel, but I know this is where my hip wants to be. And again, on this side, I'll remind you, if your hip is lifted here, that's just fine. We all have lots of work to do to stay open in the hips. But there's no need to crash onto that left hip. Keep it lifted. Square the hips here, and maybe eventually settle forward, draping the belly and the chest over that front leg. When you're ready to shift, push into the palms, walk your hands back. This time, drop onto that left hip and swing the right leg forward. Come into another seated shape here, opposite cross of the legs. We'll bring the hands to the heart, thumbs right up to the heart space here. As you sit up nice and tall, close the eyes and feel the warmth of the finger pads on one another, the warmth of the palms. Maybe notice your beating heart. When you're ready, blink the eyes open, release the hands, and send the legs forward. Flex and point through the toes, working through the ankles here. The next time your toes are flexed, spread your toes really wide. How wide can you spread them? And then soften, let your feet relax, shake out the hips. We'll bring the hands just outside the hips, push into the fingertips or the palms, and sit up even taller. Pushing through the fingertips or the palms with so much energy that you could imagine lifting your seat right off of the ground. We're here for 3, 2, and on the 1, soften. Ooh. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Stay soft through the knees. Hug the belly button in here. As you reach up and over, eventually the fingers reaching toward the toes, maybe resting on the ankles, the shins, the knees, or the tops of the thighs. Perhaps you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. And then soften the torso forward, rounding a bit through the mid-back, tucking the chin in toward the chest and letting the head hang heavy. Nose toward knee pose, forward fold. Gorgeous. When you're ready, release the hands, slowly roll up the spine. And we'll come to lie flat on the back. Maybe reaching the fingertips forward and slowly rolling down the spine, eventually backwards belly flopping when you arrive there. The feet stay flat on the earth, the knees are bent. Bring the hands to the rib cage and just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Releasing through the low back, massaging the sacrum, the glutes. Gorgeous. Then come back to center. Hug the knees in toward the belly. If you've got space where you are, open your arms up into a nice wide T shape, and then let those knees fall to the right. Maybe you take your gaze over toward the left. On an inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Maybe catch the knees with the hands and rock side to side or draw circles with the knees. Then open those arms back up to a nice wide T shape. Let the knees fall to the left. Maybe take the gaze over to the right or up at the sky. So much energetic cleansing for the spine in our practice today. So much strength from the ground up. And now we release into the earth and start to ground down, settle in. On your next inhale, bring the knees back up to center and softly land the feet on the earth. We'll bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide here, a supine cobbler's pose. You can let the arms fall by your side, palms facing up. Or you might interlace your fingertips, lift your head, and settle your palms behind your skull. Extend long through the thumbs to give your neck a little bit of a hammock. And then release the head back down to the earth, the elbows out wide, the arms and the legs mirroring each other in this shape. And maybe you gaze softly up at the sky, or perhaps you close your eyes here and really feel the belly rise and fall. You might even notice a subtle relaxation and contraction through the pelvic floor. As your breath moves, can you soften through the body? Unfurrow the brow, release the jaw, let the head sink into the hands or the ground beneath you. Let the knees get heavy here. And you have options for our final restorative posture. You might stay right here in this supine cobbler's pose, just unwinding, lifting the head so that you can release the hands and let the arms rest down by the sides. Or maybe you stretch the legs long and come into a more traditional Shavasana shape. Or if you'd like to find legs up the wall, you can make your way there now, maybe rolling to one side and pushing yourself back up to a seat, finding that vacant wall in your space that will accommodate your legs, and bringing your hip to the wall and slowly sliding your legs up so that your feet are lifted above the heart. You can do this by simply bringing your feet, your knees bent, your feet to the couch or your bed, elevating the feet over the heart for your final resting shape. Making your way to whatever shape feels best. And really letting yourself settle in here. This is my favorite part because I get to remind you that there is nothing left to do here. Your only job is just to be. And oftentimes when we come to this stillness, all of that work that we did to get into our body can quickly shift to the thoughts that swirl in our minds. It is your brain's job to think, after all. And it does not take that responsibility lightly. But can you hold on to what it felt like to release the thinking mind and come into the body in our movement? Hold on to it here, even in your stillness. Scanning the body and letting the parts of your body that are touching the earth really release, relax, and ground down. And you'll hear my voice again in just a few minutes. Until then, remember that your only job is just to be here in this moment, resting. You might start to softly deepen your inhale, simply bringing a little bit more awareness into the body. I will, as always, leave you tucked in here for the night. You are, of course, allowed to linger in this shape as long as you'd like to, and eventually drift away to whatever is next for you. Maybe rest, maybe a few final to-dos, maybe something that brings you ease or joy. please know that I'm bringing both hands to my heart this evening and bowing my chin to my chest. Grateful for you sharing your breath and your body with me this evening. Rest well, my friends, and I will see you again soon.